Hi guys, I've got something really cool I want to share with you today. It absolutely blew my mind this year. So I discovered this a few months ago and it's called Zencastr. It is a way to record your podcast with multiple people in different locations, and it is so easy to use. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it and how to get set up step by step right now. Let's dive in. Hi, welcome to the Zencastr setup tutorial. So I've just typed in zencastr.com into the URL, and this is your homepage. It's a really nice looking website actually. Have a look around. There's loads of value and information about the whole platform. But what we're going to do here is I'm going to go to login. You will first see set up an account when you first start. I've already set one up, so I'm just going to go to login. And when you do set up, it's just going to give you the normal setup procedure and ask for your email and set up a password and the usual verification procedure, and also in order to get your account up and running. So I'm going to go to login, and just whilst that's loading, let me just click here. So it's my username, password, so login. And the first window it's going to take you to is the main dashboard. It's really nice and user-friendly, super intuitive. It really does not take long to get your head around this. Okay, so this is the main dashboard window that you're going to be looking at once you have set up your account. Now, one of the first things to do, what I would advise you do, is actually connect your cloud storage. Now, I've done this with Dropbox. You can use Google Drive or OneDrive, I guess, or there's plenty of others, but I've used Dropbox. My account is connected here. I can disconnect at any time. And yeah, I mean, I've got like a couple of gig there, which is absolutely plenty to be recording my shows. I'm doing 192 bitrate for my MP3, so they're not massive files, which is brilliant, or they're not sort of big data anyway. The local browser storage, if you didn't want to connect an external cloud drive, you can store on the actual platform itself. I think you get so just over 2 gig they give you with your free account. This, by the way, is a free account. If you look on the pricing as well, it will tell you which account you might need. We are just using the free account. This is the absolute beauty of this. So the next thing we're going to do is so I've got a couple here that I've recorded earlier today. But the next thing we're going to do is just create new episode. And we're just going to give it an episode name. So I'm going to put in here podcast demo 2. And it gives you a couple of options here: record audio and video. I guess if you want to do your video podcast, this is a great option, because this is becoming a very popular way to be doing podcasts now, as it just gives you the ability to be able to distribute more content out there and be diversified. We've got record audio and show video, which is quite good, in the same way that you would perhaps be on like a Zoom call or something. You would just be having a two-way conversation with someone, but not recording the video, but just so you can see them as if you're having a face-to-face conversation, or record audio only. So I'm just going to hit record audio only, hit create. And this should take us to our page where we will actually be doing the recording. Right, here we go. So I think that page is loaded now. Now, one of the first things I want to do is just to make sure that my microphone is being picked up by the software. So I've got my USB mic. I'm not sure what mic you're using, but if it is a USB, or any mic which is going into, say, a sound card, you'll need to go up to settings here, just in the middle. Just click on settings. And once you're in settings, it's just going to give you some basic audio video settings. Audio input, that's the most important one here. Drop down. by default, it will give you the internal microphone on your Mac or your PC laptop. Now I'm using the Yeti, so I'll just select that. Oops. Okay, right. Audio output. I'm just going for headphones, or just to keep things nice and easy. Monitoring. So this allows you to hear your own voice in real time. Just make sure that, yes, when you are monitoring, that you do have your headphones plugged in. If you don't, then you will start getting your voice coming back through your computer, and that will be picked up by your mic, and you'll end up having a feedback loop, and you will know about that because it's a really high-pitched screeching sound which will start almost immediately. So as long as you've got your headphones plugged in like I have, then when I'm having that conversation and recording my podcast, I can actually listen to what I'm saying, and it's not going to affect the overall sound quality. I'm going to hit done. That's all we need to do there. So really nice and simple so far. I'm just going to take you into this chat window over here, which is really useful. Say you've got 2 or 3 other people you're going to be recording the podcast with. You can just exchange notes here, maybe just before you're going to start recording. If there's like a last minute thing you need to drop in and just say, right, we mustn't discuss this topic, then everybody can see that. And it just makes it a nice central place for everybody just to be able to share their different ideas and of course, let each other know when you're actually ready to record. And then the next tab here is footnotes. This is really useful if there is a point within your podcast episode which you might like to cut. You can give instruction to the person editing it that, say, at 2 minutes you want to cut out a whole section. You can just type that in, and it will add it to the timestamp of the whole recording, which makes it a really, really useful function. Now, the next thing we need to do before we even start recording is just to go up to the invite section up here. Invite your guests into the email addresses of the guests you'd like to invite to this recording. Now, you can do that, but of course, if you've got people waiting sort of, 10, 15 minutes before, you can either send them an email or you can just copy the invite link there, and it'll just copy it to your clipboard just in the same way as you would, say, with like a Zoom call or Teams call. People just have to click that link and it will open up into their preferred browser. I will just say that there have been a few issues when using Safari. It can be a bit glitchy. So I'd recommend using, say, Google Chrome, and you should be absolutely fine. That's the way I've got things set up here. I haven't had any problems at all. So I'm just going to close that window now. I hope you're all following me so far. If you're not and you have any questions at all, just drop me a comment below and I will get back to you if you've got any issues with the setup, because I know it can be frustrating if all you want to do is just to start recording and you're having technical problems. So do let me know and I will get back to you. And so, yes, you've sent the invite. And so what we've got here is, this is my microphone. I can mute it or unmute it. Raise your hand if you do actually want to say something in the conversation. You can actually do that. So this is me, Simon Goodman. But what you will also see is if you've got, say, another person who has decided to join your call, you will see their name appear below your name as well. And they will need to go through the same setup process just with their mic. They'll just need to go up to settings. They'll see all of this as well. They just need to go to settings and just make sure that their input is the mic which they're using. And quite simply, I'm just going to hit start recording. I'll just give you a little 3-second countdown. And there we go. We are off. I'm recording this demo podcast now. And as the time is elapsing here, you can see the Soundwave is recording here. What we want to make sure is just that the gain is set up on your mic so it's not too sensitive. so we're not getting any clipping. I'm quite happy with that I've got a nice healthy signal coming in. It's not too quiet and it's not clipping, i.e. just a really big sound wave, which is going to be hitting the top and the bottom of that waveform window. So I'm quite happy with that. And then once you finish, you can just hit the stop button there, and it will save your recording. And the really cool thing about this is if you've got, say, another 2 or 3 guests on your podcast, or even if it's just one person, it will record your podcast files separately. So when it comes to editing, you will have the 2 files. It won't just be blended into one. And this is really, really useful as and when you come to editing, just to have the ability and control to be able to edit the audio quality of one recording over another. If one needs to be a bit louder, or you need to repair some of the audio, you can do that separately without affecting the entire podcast, which is really helpful. Now, this has saved the file to the Zencastr platform, which you've got included with your account, but also you can just hit here MP3, and that's your download link there, and I can just hit download there, and I can actually just download it to my desktop if I want as well. But what it has actually done simultaneously is saved the recordings to my Dropbox folder as well, which is super helpful. I just know that it's always in there as a backup. And then you can just hang up the call. And that is everything you need to know to get yourself started and off the ground with recording an interview-based podcast. I hope that was useful. Have fun with it. Any questions, drop them in the comment below. Okay guys, so I really hope you enjoyed that Zencastr tutorial. I absolutely loved making it for you guys. Any problems at all, just drop a comment below and I'll get back to you. I know there can be a few technical glitches when you're trying to set things up, but I'm here to help you, do not worry. So with that said, I hope you have subscribed to my channel and liked this video. That really, really helps me out. And I really look forward to seeing you on the next tutorial. All right, take care.